Hey everybody, Johnny here again with a beginner's tutorial on how to get started creating tanks for Fish World Deco Architects Contest and Trading, Deco Fanatics Trading Emporium, Trending Now, and Fish World Creativity 101. So anyway, I was asked by a member the other day if where to start with all my videos. She's just getting started and wanted to know where to start with my videos. And I realized I don't really have a starting point, and I don't have a beginner's starting from the beginning creating things. So this is my attempt to do that. All right, so there's many ways of getting of starting a tank. Some people will find backgrounds. Some people they just let it happen organically. By putting a few decos together, and then they realize they like what they see and they continue on. Some join contests just to get started, so they can find a theme, to find a direction. Some people look for stencils of things they're interested in, and they stencil them in, and then they build a fitting background around it. And I've done a lot of those, but there's a basic way that I get started a lot of times. If I don't have a theme in mind right away, and just to get going, and it's just a series of questions I ask myself. So usually the very first question I ask myself is, what's the theme? What's my general theme of the tank? All right. A lot of times, I'll join a contest so I can find a theme. I look for little personal things to find one. I do a tank for a friend, and they're interested in a certain thing. Maybe it's a brand new Fish World theme, which I don't do that a lot. But anyway, you gotta find a general theme to start out with. All right. So, we're doing a contest right now, so for demonstrations purposes, I'm going to pick dragons, all right? So you decide this tank is going to be about dragons. So you got yourself a general theme. It's a dragon tank. So the next question I usually ask myself, all right, what is my focal point? What is the main attraction in the tank? What is the focus of the viewer, so that knowing it's a dragon tank, maybe you're going to pick a dragon to be your focal point, to be the main star attraction, you can make a decision before you ever start the tank that you want to use one of the Fish World decos, like one of these right here, for your theme. For your main attraction in the center of your tank, or maybe you want to look up and find a dragon stencil or something and create your own dragon, or just create the dragon by decos freehanded, which is something I rather do when I'm doing a tank. But figure out what your focal point is, and just the main attraction. In the tank. So that's usually the second question I ask myself. So the third question I usually ask myself is, what kind of atmosphere is the focal point in? So we picked the dragon tank. So what kind of surrounding does the dragon exist in? Does he live in a fiery location, an icy one? Does he live in the woods? Does he live in the clouds? Does he live in the water? Is this a chaotic scene? Is this a heroic scene where he's battling somebody? Is it a sweet maybe like dragon eggs, and the dragon's taking care of the eggs? So asking yourself this simple question will get you closer to your goal of knowing what this tank is all about. So for demonstration's sake, I'm going to choose, say, a chaotic and fiery atmosphere that the dragon lives in. All right, so the fourth question I usually ask myself is, what are the actions and what are the interactions that are going on? Just your focal point. Is he Is he interacting with, say, other creatures, a person, or other dragons? It could be, like I said, another dragon. It could be a dragon slayer. It could be with a talking tree. It could be, what are some of the actions that he's doing? Is he breathing fire? Is he breathing ice? Is he flying? Is he eating? So maybe we pick up. So maybe you're thinking about, okay, what kind of actions do I want my dragon to do? So what is your focal point doing? Who's he interacting with? And in what ways is he interacting with the other character or with the other thing within the tank? So I'm gonna pick that he's it's a dragon. He's fighting a dragon slayer, and say he's breathing fire. All right, so that's my action and my interactions within the tank. So just by asking ourselves some simple basic questions like this, it leads us to the whole basis of the entire tank. You're creating a dragon tank theme with a dragon as your focal point, and the scene is fiery and is chaotic, and he's battling a dragon slayer, and he's breathing fire. So you got an idea going right into this tank before you ever click on to a tank, and before you ever get started. You know what this tank is about. It's like a football team. They usually just don't go in not studying the other team or to play against them. They have a plan, and I try to do the same thing before I ever go into the tank. For the most part, I do. Sometimes it happens organically, and I just start putting decos together, and boom, I got something. But I like to go in with a game plan of what the basic idea of what the tank is about. So we done figured it out. Like I said, it's a dragon in a chaotic scene, breathing fire, fighting a dragon slayer. All right, so at this point we haven't even stepped foot, or should I say step fin, into the tank yet. So we know our basis of the entire tank, and now it's kind of like research time. It's ready before you ever even get started. Get your creative juices flowing, and get some ideas. What I like to do personally, there's several things I like to do. I'll go to Google and I'll type in, right, like I did up here, images of dragons. All right, or images of buildings or images or whatever. All right, and I'll look at these pictures and I'll study them. I'll look at them. I'll ask myself, are these things possible to do? Can I do it? Can I build this with decorations, or do I have to do it with a whole deco? But I'll look them over, and I'll find something really cool. Say for instance we just want this tank to be something simple or whatever. We can do this, but we chose like a fiery, chaotic scene, something like this right here. So you can try to find yourself some visualizations of the aspects of the tank that you really like. Say for instance you decide to build your own dragon, or no, let's just say you decided to use one of the dragons that Fish will give you, but you love the lava flow here. It's very chaotic, it's fiery, you can figure you can do the mountains. So you keep this picture, save it away in your files, leave it up to get a visual, and come back and so you can say, hey, I can make this with that decoration, I can use this. So don't always try to store everything in memory. Have yourself some visuals. Maybe you like you go in and you type in images of, you know, dragon slayers. You know, find different aspects of the tank that you want to do. You know, maybe you find a deco that you want to use for that's going to be your dragon slayer. Find it, or maybe you can find a stencil that looks similar to this. You're like, I really like this, and you know, my dragon could do something like this and breathe fire back. You know, maybe if you're not very good at you know, or confident about building one, you can stencil it or just create this scene using the decos that Fish will give you. But you know, find a lot of different pictures and find just little parts and pieces that you like. You know, that and you can build your own something, even though it's something you're pulling from other pictures. It's original because you're taking many pieces from many things and creating your own scene, but getting ideas along the way. And you know, that's life. You get ideas every day, seeing things just driving down the road, so it's no different. But save you a lot of pictures, so you can always go back to them and say, hey, I can do this. I can do these clouds with this deco. I can do this, and put it all together. That's one way I do it. The other way is I'll go to YouTube and I'll YouTube dragging clips, short little video clips to get my spark my imagination, to get some ideas going. I typed in dragon cartoons here. Cartoons are really close to the colors of our decos, so you can find something something like that here. So I ain't gonna go through that, but another one, find a movie to watch. Get to know the old Dragon Slayer from Disney. Aragon. Find movies about dragons. You'll get your juices flowing on it. You find maybe you can find a documentary, and they'll say you're not doing a dragon theme, but you're doing something else. And say you're making a castle. Find a documentary on castles, and and find out how they're built and who built them, and it'll give you ideas on how to put your tank together, because a little bit of history of it. A little bit maybe you'll find a deco that'll work because something about the way castles are made. Maybe you want a castle within your dragon theme, the dragon's on top of the castle, and you want to build the castle deco by deco or whatever. But knowing as much information before you even swim into the tank is really, really helpful. Okay, so I know we didn't do a lot of deco creating. That's gonna come later. But I wanted to just teach a general way of putting together your entire theme before you walk in, so you don't feel you don't get flustered trying to figure out what you're gonna do. There's thousands of decos that you can use, and all of it can be confusing, and it can really kill your creativity. But knowing what you're getting into before you ever set foot in the tank makes it easier to be creative. Okay, so now that we got your theme out of the way, on the next video, we're going to I'm going to show you how to prep your decos and get yourself in a position to start the tank and really organize yourself to maximize your creativity. So until next video, I'll see you on the flip side.